everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to explore the dark side of influencer culture, the mental health struggles, the pressures to stay relevant and the fear of public backlash, and even the safety risks that come with putting your life online for everyone to see. From the outside, the influencer lifestyle looks glamorous. Instagram feeds, brand deals, millions of followers, and getting paid to live your dream life. So whether you're someone who's thinking about becoming an influencer, if you're already an influencer, or you're just curious about what really goes on behind the scenes, this deep dive is for you. And trust me, it's not as glamorous as it seems. So the rise of influencer culture. In the past decade, influencer culture has transformed from a niche online trend into a dominant force, shaping digital media, marketing, and consumer behavior. Platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube have played pivotal roles in this growth, offering everyday people the opportunity to build massive online followings and become trusted voices in their respective niches. What began as a casual hobby or side hustle for many has now evolved into a legitimate, full-fledged career where influencers can generate significant income through brand partnerships, sponsored content, merchandise sales, and direct audience support through platforms like Patreon or YouTube memberships. One of the primary drivers behind this evolution is the accessibility and reach of social media platforms. With the right strategy, content, and consistency, anyone can grow an audience and establish themselves as an influential figure in their area of expertise, even if it's beauty, fitness, gaming, or entertainment in general. Why is influencer culture so appealing? The allure of becoming an influencer extends far beyond fame. It offers individuals the opportunity to monetize their passions, enjoy creative freedom, and build personal brands that resonate with millions of followers globally. Unlike traditional celebrities, influencers can engage with their followers on a more personal level, fostering authenticity and building a sense of community. This accessibility makes influencers highly relatable and trusted by their audiences, making them attractive partners for brands looking to connect with specific consumer demographics. One notable example of an influencer who have redefined success in this space is Charli D'Amelio from TikTok. Charli D'Amelio rose to fame as a teenage dancer on TikTok, quickly becoming one of the platform's top creators. Her rapid rise to stardom resulted in brand deals, her own merchandise line, and even opportunities to branch into traditional media like television and film. The glamour and success of influencing. Becoming a successful influencer is often seen as a dream job, due to the many perks that come with it. Financial freedom, fame, and the opportunity to build connections with millions of people. At its core, influencing provides creators with the ability to monetize their personal brand, turning their passions, lifestyles, and unique perspectives into a profitable business. This lifestyle, however, goes beyond just posting on social media. It's about cultivating a digital identity that resonates with followers and brands alike. Key benefits: financial freedom and brand deals. Many influencers enjoy significant earning potential by collaborating with brands for sponsored posts, product placements, and affiliate marketing. Depending on their following, influencers can command sizable fees for promoting products or services. The most successful influencers may land partnerships with global brands such as Nike, L'Oreal, or even Louis Vuitton, earning not only from sponsorships but also long-term ambassadorships. Fame and recognition. Social media has created a new class of celebrities where influencers are often just as recognized and admired as traditional A-listers. With the right content, influencers can achieve worldwide fame, attending prestigious events like fashion weeks, film festivals, and even walking the red carpet at the Met Gala. This fame also translates into opportunities outside of the digital space, such as acting roles, publishing books, launching businesses, and more. Entrepreneurial ventures. Influencing provides a launchpad for entrepreneurship. Many influencers expand beyond content creation, using their platforms to promote their own products or services. Whether it's makeup lines, clothing brands, or fitness programs, influencers can diversify their revenue streams and create a more sustainable income by capitalizing on their personal brand's influence. Connecting with a larger audience. Unlike traditional celebrities, influencers engage with their followers in real time, fostering direct, authentic relationships. This creates a deeper bond between influencers and their fans, who often look to them for advice, inspiration, or simply a sense of connection. This relatability enhances their value, both to their audience and to brands that rely on them to communicate their message effectively. A prime example of influencer success is Emma Chamberlain, who skyrocketed to fame with her quirky, relatable YouTube vlogs. She quickly amassed millions of subscribers by being authentic, funny, and unfiltered. Emma's influence has since expanded far beyond the YouTube platform. She's leveraged her unique persona to build an impressive business empire. One of her most notable achievements was her partnership with luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and Cartier, marking a significant transition from casual vlogging to becoming a fashion icon. Despite her unconventional start, her partnership with these luxury brands proves that influencers have the power to reshape traditional industries, even in elite spaces like high fashion. In addition to brand deals, Emma became a successful entrepreneur by launching her own coffee company, Chamberlain Coffee. The brand reflects her personality and interest, appealing directly to her loyal fan base. Emma's ability to balance creativity and business showcase how influencers can branch into industries they are passionate about and build long-lasting businesses. The mental health toll of influencing. While the influencer lifestyle can seem glamorous, the mental health toll of constantly being on for an audience is an often overlooked aspect of the job. Behind the curated Instagram feeds and entertaining YouTube videos lies a relentless pressure to continuously produce content, manage audience expectations, and handle criticism from millions of strangers online. The psychological strain that comes with this lifestyle has led many influencers to experience anxiety, burnout, and even depression. The pressure of staying relevant. One of the most significant stressors influencers face is the need to stay relevant. Social media is fast-paced, and trends come and go in an instant. To maintain visibility and growth, influencers are often pressured to post frequently, create viral content, and innovate constantly. This never-ending cycle of content production can lead to exhaustion, as creators feel they must sacrifice personal time, hobbies, and sometimes even relationships to maintain their online presence. Moreover, the algorithms that govern platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok often reward consistency and engagement, which can add to the stress of needing to stay active and interactive. The fear of falling out of favor with the algorithm or losing followers keeps many influencers in a constant state of anxiety. Fear of losing followers. Another major contributor to the mental health struggles of influencers is the fear of losing followers. Unlike traditional jobs, an influencer's income and relevance are directly tied to their follower count and engagement metrics. If followers start to dwindle or if engagement drops, so does the influencer's perceived value to brands, which may impact future sponsorships and income. This pressure to constantly grow or maintain a massive following can cause influencers to feel like they're always on the brink of failure. Negative comments and criticism. Social media comes with a darker side, the constant scrutiny of millions of people. Many influencers deal with harsh criticism, personal attacks, or trolling in the comment sections of their posts or videos. Reading negative comments about their appearance, personality, or content can take a significant toll on an influencer's self-esteem and mental well-being. The weight of this criticism is magnified by the fact that influencers are often required to remain positive and upbeat for their audience, even when facing personal challenges or distress. So a live example would be Elle Mill's struggle with mental health. A striking example of the mental health toll influencing can take is Elle Mills, a YouTube sensation who rose to fame for her high-energy comedic videos and creative storytelling. Elle's rapid rise in popularity came with a heavy burden, as she began to feel overwhelmed by the demanding nature of content creation and the high expectations of her growing fan base. In 2018, at the height of her success, Elle released a candid video where she revealed her struggles with burnout, depression, and anxiety. She spoke openly about the immense pressure she felt to keep up with the constant demand for more videos, even though she was emotionally and physically drained. In the video, she described feeling like she was trapped in a cycle where she was working non-stop, but the joy she once found in creating content had disappeared. Elle's story resonated with many, shedding light on the hidden mental health crises affecting influencers who feel unable to take breaks or slow down. Elle took a step back from YouTube to focus on her mental health, acknowledging that the burnout she experienced was a direct result of trying to meet the insatiable demand for content. Her story became a wake-up call for both fans and fellow creators, highlighting the unsustainable nature of the influencer lifestyle when mental health is neglected. Privacy invasion and safety concerns. For influencers, the loss of privacy is often one of the biggest downsides to fame. While they may choose to share aspects of their lives online, the more personal information they reveal, the greater the risk of invasion of privacy, harassment, and even physical harm. Many influencers face situations where the boundaries between their public and private lives blur, leading to significant safety concerns. Fans, followers, and even stalkers can overstep boundaries with dangerous consequences. The reality of privacy invasion. As the influencers share more of their personal lives with their audience, from daily routines to family moments, many find that they lose control over what stays private. Even seemingly innocuous details like the background of a video or the location of a frequent hangout spot can allow followers to track them down or learn too much about their personal lives. This can lead to invasive behavior from overzealous fans, like harassment and stalking. For many influencers, this lack of privacy results in stress and fear, as they must be cautious about what they reveal online and take extra steps to protect themselves. Address leaks, doxing, which is the public release of private information, and even in-person confrontations have become far too common, forcing many influencers to navigate the challenge of staying safe while remaining accessible to their audience. Safety concerns in the digital age. The rise of social media and influencer culture has also brought about serious safety concerns. Influencers who reach celebrity status may experience harassment not only online but in real life, with fans showing up at their homes, workplaces, or events. Some influencers have had to deal with stalkers or dangerous individuals who feel entitled to access their lives simply because they follow them online. In more extreme cases, influencers have faced physical violence as their public profiles make them vulnerable to individuals with malicious intent. This has led to increased discussion about personal security, with many influencers now investing in home security systems, bodyguards, or other protective measures. Christina Grimmie's tragic death. A heartbreaking example of how dangerous being in the public eye can be is the tragic case of Christina Grimmie, a YouTuber and singer. Christina rose to fame on YouTube for her incredible covers of popular songs, later gaining even more recognition as a contestant on The Voice. Despite her rising stardom, she remained humble and connected with her fans, which included attending public meet and greets. In 2016, during one of these meet and greet events in Orlando, Florida, Christina was shot and killed by an obsessed fan who had been stalking her online. This tragedy shocked the world and highlighted the extreme dangers that influencers and public figures can face when their personal safety is compromised. Grimmie's death was a devastating reminder of how quickly admiration can turn into something dangerous, and how difficult it is to protect oneself in the digital age when boundaries between public and private life are so blurred. Rebecca Schaeffer. Though not a social media influencer, actress Rebecca Schaeffer was another tragic example of a public figure whose privacy was invaded with deadly consequences. In 1989, she was stalked and eventually killed by a fan who obtained her home address through DMV records. This incident led to the creation of anti-stalking laws in the US and underscored the importance of protecting public figures from fan obsession. Financial risks and career longevity. While influencer careers can be incredibly lucrative, they are also inherently precarious. Unlike traditional jobs where income is often stable and predictable, influencers rely heavily on social media algorithms, brand partnerships, and audience engagement to maintain their careers. Changes in platform policies, a dip in popularity, or a public controversy can rapidly affect their earnings and long-term viability. As the digital landscape evolves, influencers face increasing challenges in maintaining their relevance and securing sustainable financial futures. The precarious nature of social media algorithms. Influencers often live or die by the algorithms of platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. These algorithms dictate what content is shown to users, directly impacting an influencer's visibility and engagement rates. A sudden change in these algorithms can drastically affect their reach, leading to a sharp decline in views, likes, and overall engagement. This can be especially troubling for influencers who depend on ad revenue or sponsorships, which are typically tied to their follower count and engagement metrics. For example, YouTube has made several changes to its monetization and content recommendation algorithms over the years, which have caused many creators to lose significant portions of their income almost overnight. Similarly, Instagram's shift from chronological feed to an algorithm-based one has made it harder for influencers to maintain a steady level of engagement without paying for promotions. Fluctuating brand deals and sponsorships. Brand deals are a primary source of income for many influencers, but these partnerships are not always stable. Brands are constantly evaluating influencers based on their image, follower engagement, and public reputation. If an influencer gets caught in a controversy, experiences a decline in engagement, or even if their niche becomes oversaturated, brands may pull out of deals or decide not to renew contracts, leaving influencers without a key revenue stream. Additionally, brand budgets fluctuate based on economic conditions and marketing strategies, meaning influencers often face periods of feast or famine. One year might be filled with lucrative partnerships, while the next could see far fewer opportunities. Fading public interest. Audiences' taste and trends are constantly evolving, and an influencer who is popular today could find themselves irrelevant tomorrow. With the fast-paced nature of social media, audiences can quickly lose interest in an influencer's content if they don't innovate or keep up with shifting trends. This risk of losing relevance adds further uncertainty to the career longevity of influencers. Michelle Phan's strategic pivot. A shining example of an influencer who navigated the precarious nature of social media and built a sustainable career is Michelle Phan. One of YouTube's original beauty influencers, Michelle started her channel in 2007, posting makeup tutorials that quickly gained massive popularity. She built a dedicated following and became one of the most well-known beauty content creators on the platform. However, after several years of non-stop content creation, Michelle began to experience burnout. Rather than continuing to push herself to keep up with the fast-paced demands of YouTube, she decided to step back from content creation entirely in 2016, leaving her millions of followers behind. While this could have been a career-ending move for many influencers, Michelle's decision was strategic. During her time off, she focused on building M Cosmetics, a beauty brand she had co-founded in 2013. By shifting her focus to entrepreneurship, Michelle successfully pivoted from relying on YouTube's algorithm for income to running a sustainable business. M Cosmetics has become a thriving brand in the beauty industry, and Michelle continues to play a key role in its success. She has built a career outside of content creation, allowing her to remain financially secure and relevant in the beauty world, even without consistently producing YouTube videos. Michelle's story illustrates how influencers can safeguard their careers by diversifying their income streams and leveraging their platform to build businesses that will sustain them for the long term. Those who are able to diversify their income sources, maintain a clean reputation, and pivot when necessary can build long-lasting careers, while those who rely solely on social media and fall into controversy risk losing everything. The pressure of maintaining an online persona. For many influencers, their online persona becomes central to their brand. This often requires presenting a polished, aspirational version of themselves that may not fully reflect their real lives. The pressure to maintain this perfect image can be mentally and emotionally exhausting, as influencers feel they must always appear happy, upbeat, and successful, regardless of how they feel behind the scenes. This disconnect between one's online identity and their actual life can contribute to feelings of imposter syndrome, anxiety, and in some cases lead to public breakdowns. The disconnect between online persona and reality. Many influencers feel the need to curate a flawless image online, where their lives appear to be filled with luxury, beauty, and success. The constant expectation to meet these high standards creates a disconnect between reality and what is shown to the public. Behind the scenes, influencers may be dealing with personal challenges, mental health struggles, or financial stress, yet feel obligated to project an image of perfection to avoid disappointing their audience or brands. The pressure to constantly appear polished can lead to feelings of inauthenticity, where influencers worry that they are only loved for the persona they've created, not for their true selves. Over time, this tension can take a significant toll on their mental health, with many influencers feeling trapped by their own online identity. The mental toll and imposter syndrome. As influencers continue to cultivate these highly curated personas, many begin to experience imposter syndrome, a psychological phenomenon where individuals doubt their accomplishments and fear being exposed as a fraud. This feeling often arises because influencers are aware of the gap between their real lives and the perfect image that they project online. They may feel that they are only succeeding because of their online persona, not because of their true talents or qualities. This discrepancy can result in influencers feeling overwhelmed by the pressure to live up to their online persona, while privately struggling with self-doubt and emotional exhaustion. As a result, many influencers experience burnout, mental health crises, and in some cases even public breakdowns. Taking social media breaks to regain balance. As the mental health challenges of maintaining an online persona have become more apparent, some influencers have begun taking social media breaks as a way to regain balance and reconnect with their true selves. By stepping away from the pressure of maintaining their online personas, many influencers find it easier to recharge, reconnect with themselves, and return with a healthier mindset. However, taking a break can also come with risks, as stepping away for too long may result in losing followers or falling out of relevance, further adding to the pressure influencers feel to stay active online. Quitting the industry altogether. Some influencers go beyond taking a break and choose to quit the industry altogether, as the demands of maintaining an online persona become too overwhelming. For example, Essina O'Neill, a popular Instagram influencer, made headlines in 2015 when she quit social media, citing the toxic pressure to appear perfect. O'Neill deleted thousands of her posts and recaptioned others to reveal the reality behind her seemingly glamorous photos, describing the anxiety and self-doubt she experienced while trying to keep up appearances. Essina's departure from social media sparked a broader conversation about the mental health risks of influencer culture and the unhealthy obsession with projecting a perfect life online. She became a vocal critic of the industry, highlighting how the pressure to maintain an idealized persona can lead to severe emotional distress. Navigating persona shifts for mental health. Some influencers have managed to shift their online personas in ways that align more closely with their real selves, reducing the mental strain. For example, Dodie Clark, a British musician and YouTuber, started her career with bubbly, cheerful content, but has since transitioned to being more open about her mental health struggles. including depression and anxiety. By showing her vulnerabilities, Dodie has not only maintained her audience, but also built a more authentic connection with her followers, who appreciate her honesty. This kind of persona shift allows influencers to redefine their brands in a way that feels more sustainable, focusing on being real rather than perfect. However, this shift isn't without risks. Some influencers lose followers when they stop being the version of themselves that their audience expects. Cancel culture refers to the practice of withdrawing support for public figures or companies after they have said or done something considered offensive. For influencers, this creates an atmosphere where one controversial statement, past mistake, or wrong move can trigger a massive public backlash, resulting in the loss of followers, brand deals, and credibility. For influencers who rely on public approval and brand partnerships for their livelihoods, the fear of being cancelled is ever present. Navigating the thin line between authenticity and controversy can be incredibly challenging, especially in a fast-paced, high-stakes online environment where content is produced constantly, often without the luxury of time for thoughtful reflection. This pressure leads to a heightened risk of mistakes, missteps, or the resurfacing of old content that could offend or upset their audience. The impact of cancel culture. When an influencer is cancelled, the effects can be severe and far-reaching. A public backlash can lead to a sudden loss of followers, the termination of brand deals and sponsorships, demonetization on platforms like YouTube or TikTok, the permanent tarnishing of their public image, even if they attempt to apologize or correct their mistake. This risk of cancellation can leave influencers walking on eggshells, fearing that a single tweet, video, or comment from their past could resurface and ruin their career. Unlike traditional celebrities who may have a team of public relations professionals to help them manage crises, many influencers are self-managed or have small teams, making them even more vulnerable to the harsh realities of cancel culture. The pressure to create constant content leads to mistakes in the fast-paced world of social media. Influencers are under constant pressure to create new, engaging content. The demand for content creation, especially when influencers post daily or multiple times a week, can lead to carelessness or poor judgment in what they choose to share with the public. Influencers who produce content at such a rapid rate often do so without a full review or consideration of potential backlash, increasing the likelihood of mistakes or offensive material slipping through. For example, influencers who live stream or post quickly on platforms like TikTok may inadvertently say or do something controversial in the moment, only to face a massive wave of criticism later. Unlike traditional media, where there are layers of editing and approval processes, social media content is typically created and published in real time, making it far easier for influencers to misspeak or offend. Additionally, past content can easily resurface. As influencers gain fame, followers or critics may dig through their old posts, videos, or tweets, looking for anything that can be used against them. Sometimes a comment or joke that was considered acceptable years ago may be seen as offensive by today's standards, leading to retrospective outrage and cancellation. Brand relationships and financial impact of cancellation. When influencers are caught in a public controversy, one of the immediate repercussions is the loss of brand partnerships. Brands, particularly those in beauty, fashion, and lifestyle, often rely on influencers to promote their products. However, when an influencer becomes controversial, brands are quickly to distance themselves to avoid guilt by association. The role of redemption in influencer culture. While cancel culture can be devastating, some influencers manage to find a path to redemption. This usually involves issuing a genuine apology, taking responsibility for their actions, and making visible changes to their behavior or content. However, this path is not guaranteed, and success often depends on the influencer's fan base, the severity of the controversy, and how they address the situation. Conclusion. Cancel culture presents a significant threat to influencers who can see their careers crumble overnight due to a controversial action or statement. The constant need for content, combined with the fast-paced nature of social media, means that influencers are at a higher risk of making mistakes that could lead to their cancellation. Navigating the public backlash and trying to regain credibility is difficult, and not all influencers succeed in making a full comeback. Addiction to social media validation. For many influencers, social media validation, likes, comments, shares, can become a powerful and addictive force. As their success is often measured by engagement metrics, the constant feedback loop of online validation can lead to an unhealthy dependency on external approval. Every like or share delivers a dopamine hit, reinforcing a cycle where influencers feel the need to continuously seek affirmation from their followers. This craving for validation can drive behaviors that are emotionally and psychologically damaging, often distorting an influencer's sense of self-worth and identity. The dopamine effect and addiction to validation. Social media platforms are designed to keep users engaged by leveraging the brain's reward system. When influencers receive positive reinforcement in the form of likes, comments, and shares, their brains release dopamine, the feel-good chemical associated with pleasure and reward. This triggers a feedback loop. The more validation they receive, the more they crave it. As a result, influencers may become obsessed with chasing validation, going to great lengths to post content that maximizes likes and engagement, even at the cost of their own mental well-being. Over time, this can lead to a social media addiction, where influencers derive much of their self-worth and happiness from online approval. However, the fleeting nature of these likes and comments mean that influencers must constantly produce content to maintain the same level of engagement and emotional high. When validation decreases, whether through fewer likes or negative comments, many influencers experience a decline in self-esteem or even emotional distress. The psychological implications of seeking constant approval, The relentless pursuit of social media validation has profound psychological effects, particularly on self-esteem and mental health. For influencers, whose careers are built on maintaining a constant presence online, the pressure to perform for likes and approval can become overwhelming. Declining self-esteem. When influencers equate their self-worth with their social media performance, their self-esteem becomes fragile, depending entirely on the amount of external validation they receive. If engagement drops or a post doesn't perform as expected, they may feel inadequate or insecure. Over time, this leads to a cycle where influencers continually seek approval but never feel truly fulfilled because the validation they crave is transient. In contrast, negative feedback, such as critical comments or trolling, can have an even more significant impact. When influencers are exposed to public scrutiny, harsh judgments, or mean-spirited remarks, it often erodes their self-confidence and exacerbates feelings of anxiety or depression. Perfectionism and pressure. The constant need for validation can also fuel perfectionism. Many influencers feel pressure to curate a flawless image that aligns with the aspirational lifestyles their followers expect. This pressure often leads to unrealistic standards, where influencers must spend increasing amounts of time editing photos, crafting the perfect captions, and calculating the best times to post to maximize engagement. Influencers may also feel compelled to engage in unhealthy behaviors, such as over-filtering, over-editing their photos, or posting clickbait content, just to maintain or grow their follower base. The obsession with perfection often leaves them feeling inauthentic, further increasing the disconnect between their online persona and real life. Burnout and emotional exhaustion. The emotional strain of constantly seeking validation can result in burnout. When influencers feel they must constantly create content, respond to comments, and maintain an engaged audience, it leads to emotional exhaustion. Many influencers report feeling as though they are performing 24/7, with little to no time to rest or disconnect from the online world. This burnout can cause influencers to lose their passion for content creation, feel disconnected from their audience, or even experience mental health crises. Several influencers have spoken out about the need to take social media breaks to combat burnout and reclaim their sense of self, which often becomes lost amid the need to constantly please an audience. Influencers taking social media breaks to detox. Many influencers have recognized the negative impact of seeking constant validation and have taken steps to detox from social media. Taking a break allows influencers to regain a sense of control over their mental health and breaking the cycle of validation-seeking behavior. However, influencers also face the risk of losing followers or fading into irrelevance during these breaks, which adds to the pressure to stay engaged even when it negatively affects them. Reclaiming authenticity in an era of performance. In response to the pressures of seeking validation, some influencers have shifted their focus to being more authentic in their content, moving away from the highly curated, polished personas that dominate platforms like Instagram. In response to the pressures of seeking validation, some influencers have shifted their focus to being more authentic in their content, moving away from the highly curated, polished personas. The long-term effects of social media dependency on self-esteem. The long-term effects of being addicted to social media validation can be profound. Influencers who base their self-worth on engagement metrics may find it difficult to form meaningful relationships or derive joy from offline experiences, as their focus remains fixed on their online personas. Over time, this can lead to chronic dissatisfaction, anxiety, and a distorted sense of identity. Studies have shown that social media can have a significant impact on mental health, with frequent users often reporting feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety. For influencers whose livelihood depend on social media engagement, these feelings are amplified, making it even harder to disengage from the validation loop. Conclusion. The addiction to social media validation can have far-reaching consequences for influencers, leading to declining self-esteem, perfectionism, burnout, and mental health challenges. While some influencers manage to take breaks or shift towards more authentic content, the psychological toll of seeking validation remains a significant issue in the world of social media. How influencers can protect themselves. With the challenges and pressures that come with being an influencer, it is crucial for content creators to take proactive steps to protect their mental health, privacy, and finances. The constant demand for content, the risk of public backlash, and the invasion of privacy can have serious repercussions if not managed carefully. However, by setting boundaries, taking social media breaks, and diversifying income streams, influencers can safeguard themselves from burnout and financial instability, while also ensuring they lead healthier, more balanced lives. Setting boundaries, protecting privacy and mental health. One of the most important things influencers can do to protect themselves is to establish clear personal and professional boundaries. Many influencers struggle to keep their public and private lives separate, which can lead to privacy breaches, unwanted attention, and emotional strain. Setting boundaries allows influencers to reclaim control over what they share with their audience and ensures that their personal lives remain private. Limiting personal sharing. Influencers should be mindful of how much personal information they reveal online. Details like home addresses, daily routines, and the locations of frequent hangouts can be used by overzealous fans or stalkers to track them down. By keeping some aspects of their lives private, influencers can reduce the risk of privacy invasion and potential safety threats. Managing online criticism. Influencers are often the target of online criticism or negative comments, which can take a toll on their mental health. To protect themselves, many influencers choose to limit comments on certain posts, block or mute abusive accounts, and avoid engaging with online trolls. Others opt to employ social media managers to handle their accounts, so they don't have to read every comment or message personally, reducing their exposure to negative feedback. Taking social media breaks to prevent burnout. Another key strategy for influencers to protect themselves is to take regular breaks from social media. The demands of constantly creating content and staying relevant can easily lead to burnout, where influencers feel emotionally and physically exhausted. Taking a step back from social media can help influencers reset, recharge, and return to their platforms with a renewed sense of purpose. Detoxing from social media. Regular breaks from social media allow influencers to disconnect from the pressures of validation, criticism, and constant content creation. This time away can be spent focusing on personal interest, relationships, and mental health. Influencers who take breaks often find that their creative energy returns when they no longer feel the overwhelming pressure to perform 24/7. Scheduling off time. Influencers can prevent burnout by scheduling off time where they completely disconnect from social media and focus on personal activities. Many influencers adopt the strategy of setting specific days or times of the week where they do not check social media, allowing them to unwind without the pressure to constantly engage. Managing finances by diversifying income streams. Influencing can be financially rewarding, but it's also a precarious career. Social media platforms change algorithms, brand deals come and go, and trends shift quickly, leaving influencers vulnerable to income instability. One of the best ways for influencers to protect their financial future is by diversifying their income streams, ensuring they are not entirely reliant on social media or brand deals. Building sustainable businesses. Many successful influencers leverage their social media fame to launch businesses in industries they are passionate about. By creating their own product lines, businesses, or services, influencers can generate sustainable income that is not tied to the fluctuations of social media engagement. Diversifying content platforms. Another way to diversify income is by expanding to other platforms. Many influencers use Patreon, Substack, or direct subscription models to create exclusive content for fans willing to support them financially. This ensures that they have multiple revenue streams, reducing the risks associated with relying on a single platform. If you want to become an influencer, you should consider working with a therapist or a mental health professional to help you navigate the emotional toll of this career. Therapy can provide valuable tools for managing anxiety, depression, and stress caused by the pressure of online fame. Set boundaries for work-life balance. It's important for influencers to set boundaries between their work and personal life. This might include limiting how much personal information they share online or setting specific times of day to engage with social media. Healthy boundaries can protect their mental health and prevent a burnout. Setting a healthy boundary can protect your mental health and prevent you from burning out. Take regular breaks from social media. Regular social media detoxes can help influencers disconnect from the constant demand of content creation and validation. Whether it's a weekend off or a month-long break, stepping away from the online world is crucial for mental rejuvenation. Diversify your income streams. Influencers should not rely solely on social media platforms or brand deals for income. Building a sustainable business or creating products can provide financial security. Additionally, using multiple content platforms like YouTube membership, Patreon, or selling merchandise can help ensure a more stable financial future. Focus on authenticity. Influencers should strive to remain authentic in their content, even if that means being open about their struggles or taking breaks when necessary. Audiences often appreciate honesty and transparency, which can help build a stronger connection and trust with followers. Conclusion. By setting boundaries, taking breaks, and diversifying their income streams, influencers can protect themselves from the mental health risks, privacy issues, and financial instability that often come with online fame. The key is to establish a healthy balance between personal life and the pressures of influencing, while focusing on long-term stability and well-being. So in conclusion, is being an influencer dangerous? The role of influencers in today's digital age is undeniably powerful, offering opportunities for fame, financial independence, and creative expression. However, as we've explored, the influencer lifestyle is not without its dangers. From the mental health toll of constantly being in the public eye to the financial risks of relying on social media platforms, influencers face significant challenges that can make the job far more precarious than it appears on the surface. Weighing the pros and cons. On the one hand, being an influencer comes with exciting rewards. Many influencers, such as Emma Chamberlain or Michelle Phan, have turned their passions into lucrative careers, built loyal communities of fans, and gained access to opportunities that may have seemed unimaginable just a few years ago. The influencer industry can offer financial freedom, the ability to work on your own terms, and a platform to share your voice with the world. However, on the other hand, the pressures that come with this lifestyle can be overwhelming. Influencers are often expected to maintain a perfect online persona, constantly creating content to stay relevant while handling public scrutiny, criticism, and even harassment. The financial risks are also significant. Unlike traditional jobs, influencing is often unstable, with incomes tied to fluctuating algorithms and trending content, leaving influencers vulnerable to changes they can't control. Is the influencer lifestyle worth the risks? As the influencer industry continues to evolve, the question remains, is being an influencer dangerous? The answer is very complex, as it depends on the individual's ability to manage the pressures that come with the territory. For some, the rewards outweigh the risks when they take proactive steps to protect their mental health, privacy, and finances. For others, the dangers of burnout, mental health breakdowns, and financial instability may make the influencer lifestyle less appealing. Ultimately, the influencer lifestyle is not inherently dangerous, but it comes with unique risks that are often hidden beneath the surface. Whether the rewards outweigh the dangers is something each influencer must decide for themselves, based on how they navigate the challenges that come with fame and online exposure. Thank you so much for watching this video. Share your thoughts on this topic in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I post new videos every week, so subscribe and hit the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!